Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today we have another episode of the Worth It series. However, today's probably our first good promo since doing this series, so I'm excited for this one, man. I'm definitely excited. We got 33 new cards that came out today with the Unstoppable promo, and let's just go through some of the ones that I like. We could spend time on these 80 overalls, but the reality of it is really none of them are really good. I guess there's a couple decent budget cards. I like Mecole Hardman's budget card. If you have a Jets or Chiefs team, maybe he gets play with 87, 88 speed potentially. Decent route running. After the catch, 83 COD, 79 juke move. So he's probably like your best budget card if I were to pick one in the 80 overall range. In fact, Xavier McKinney's getting 80 overalls is crazy, but 78 speed, like, you're not using that. So, yeah, to me, that's probably like your best budget option. Deuce Vaughn's in the game now, too. Very interesting looking card here. Deuce Vaughn, 82 speed at 5'6". I might give him a chance on the team just because of his build. I want to see what it's like using such a small back, but obviously, in reality, he's not going to be that good. So, the 80 overalls, and really, as far as the budget goes, these 80s, there's no one really worth it. And this one was even interesting to me. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's only an 80 overall, but he's a man-to-man archetype with higher zone than he has man. Thought that was pretty interesting. Thought I should talk about that real quick. But let's get started here with Derrick Henry. Right when you log into this game today, if you haven't yet, you will get this free Derrick Henry card that you can then upgrade to an 89 overall, I believe it is, which is actually really nice. So 89 overall Derrick Henry kind of starts looking like this, and you can upgrade him as you go, and you have to get the energy collectibles. I haven't yet actually seen how easy it is to get him, or how to get him. I will make a video on how to get the free Derrick Henry right after this one. I'm going to figure it out. I'll show you guys the best way to do it, all that good stuff. So this card is going to end up being really nice, fully upgraded. He does, I can just pull it up on the other screen right now. I'll go to reveals. We'll go to Derrick Henry, and here's I guess he's not up on the database yet, obviously, but here are the main stats that Derrick Henry is able to get, and obviously that's very good. 85 acceleration, 89 speed on a Derrick Henry card, and he also does get the Angry Runs X Factor. I don't believe it goes away. He's the first recipient of the Angry Runs X Factor after that run he had last week, but you're gonna see right here. It's pretty tough to activate a lot of these abilities, to be honest. Evasive, like 2 touchdowns is tough. So for a running back, it's kind of tough. Like, getting Freight Train obviously would be very good, but 8-10 yard rushes is pretty hard to do. That's not an easy task at all. It's just not. So 8-10 yard rushes. This card's gonna be very good. Even without the X Factor, he'd be very good. And for a free card, Derrick Henry obviously is a big W. So definitely a card worth grinding. If you got Arian Foster yesterday, you have another new free running back to grind for. Derrick Henry is definitely gonna be worth whatever grind it, unless it's like crazy, like solo battles or some shit. I'm not doing it, but most likely that grind will be worth it. Next up, we got Zach Ertz. Maybe on one of his theme teams you can run him, but honestly, 84 speed's not awful, 6'5", and you could use him if you have one of his theme teams. Some more cards that I liked. Allen Robinson, I didn't really like. Jabril Peppers is decent on a theme team here. 85 speed again for an 84 overall. Again, it's tough to get these budget cards right now. There really isn't that many budget cards. Mariota could be interesting, but probably not. 87 speed's decent. That's actually very good for a quarterback, especially an 84 overall. So if you're just getting started and you kind of fall on a Marcus Mariota, I guess go with it. Eric McCoy, let me see this card stats for an offensive lineman. Not bad. 87 run block's really good on a center, as well as 66 speed. That's a pretty solid center card to get started with right there. Pretty solid. Jalen Johnson, I believe, is actually pretty good. He's at 86 speed, I'm pretty sure. 86 speed. The stats, he's good in zone, but probably on a Bears team. Go with it for Jalen Johnson. I'm just trying to get through a lot of these 84 overalls. Okay, now we're into the 87s. And these cards get interesting because these cards do get the Unstoppable X Factor, which is obviously what makes this promo super unique. The ones that I like, Marcus Peters, he'll be good on whatever theme team you want to put him on. He should get Raiders. I'm probably going to miss one, but Raiders, Ravens, Rams, Chiefs, and I think that's all of the teams he's played for. I can obviously go look real quick and see. Okay, they're already actually putting them on the database, which is actually a W from MUT.GG being this quick. They've been quick this. They've been pretty quick this year. Let me just go find. Let me just go find Marcus Peters real quick. For some reason, that's not really working that well. But Marcus Peters. Let me make sure I didn't miss any teams. I did not. I got them all. But this card, 90 man coverage, 85 zone. If you have one of those theme teams, even not on a theme team, this card's actually pretty solid. And is it going to tell me the requirements I need to get his X Factor? I believe it was, I think it was, that's not going to tell me, obviously. Damn, that sucks. It's not going to tell me on here. Does it tell me on here what I need for the X Factor or no? And yeah, the Unstoppable X Factor, I guess, isn't even in the game yet. I don't see it, unless it's like an ability or something. Yeah, I don't even see it in the game yet. That's while I'm recording this. So, Marcus Peters, I know the requirements for some of the cards. Marcus Peters, I just don't remember what it was. But as far as even without the X Factor, which by the way is a free X Factor, still a good buy. Just has good stats, good man-to-man, things like that. Another one I really do like, obviously Jimmy Graham. I was hoping this card would be a little bit faster, kind of like his Madden 22 card, but 6'7". I mean, I believe you actually do need 2 touchdowns with this card to activate red zone threat. So running X Factor on Jimmy Graham probably doesn't make sense. Getting 2 touchdowns for red zone threat, an X Factor that only works 20 yards of the field doesn't make that much sense to me. But Kirk Cousins, I do like. Kirk Cousins, I believe it's 6 passes of 5+ yards, and you're gonna get Hot Route Master on Kirk Cousins. So you can run whatever ability you want in this tier 2 slot, which probably would end up being probably protected. Maybe quick draw you run him. Maybe you just go with gift wrapped, honestly, and then run the X Factor. That again just is not in the game yet. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Unstoppable Hot Route Master. Was it? Oh, maybe it was on him. Or maybe it was on Marcus Peters. But Unstoppable Hot Route Master, it's instead of it being an ability, it's like it has an X Factor now. And yeah, is it going to give me the requirements on what I need? It's not going to give me oh, it might. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't give you the requirements here in the preview screen. But there is the X Factor right there for Kirk Cousins. I wonder what it looks like if it activates multiple. But I like Kirk. I do want to try out Kirk Cousins' card. I might honestly do a gameplay on him tomorrow. Shaq Leonard, nothing special. Tyler Boyd actually looks pretty good. And he does get Slot-O-Matic X Factor, which is, again, pretty solid. Slot-O-Matic right there. Better cuts, better catching. And again, it's free. That's why these X Factors are good, because they're free. If you activate them, you're getting them for 0 AP. You also can run the 7 AP on the rest of your offense. But again, on a Bengals team, 87 speed with pretty good route running, 90 mid route running. This card is actually, even not on a theme team, is pretty solid with those route running stats. We have Kenny Clark here as well, who looks okay. But let's talk about the champions. The champions here are interesting. So with Myles Garrett, these champions, they get multiple X Factors. I'm not sure what that's actually going to look like. What is that going to look like here? Okay. Oh, you have to pick one. Okay. I was curious as to how this was going to work. I thought there was just going to be one Unstoppable X Factor, and you were going to be able to layer them through the game, but you can only pick one. Okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. So, what would I run on Myles Garrett? Probably just run. I would probably just run Unstoppable Force, unless it's not that. No, yeah, you can't layer them. I thought you'd be able to layer them. That kind of sucks, but yeah, I would probably go Unstoppable Force. It's good for block sheds and pass rush wins. This is basically like under pressure, inside stuffs. Okay, all right, so that makes sense. That does make sense. He still gets good at tier 3 abilities, like defensive rally. Doesn't get edge threat, which I found pretty interesting, because he's not in wait, you gotta be in because he's a power rusher, not a speed rusher. That makes sense. But Myles Garrett looks good. His traits are all going to be on yes as well. I'll show you that right now. We go over to Myles Garrett. Excuse me. Go over to Myles Garrett. You're going to see all those traits are on yes. Besides big hitter, but how often are you really getting fumbles in this game anyway? So yes, everywhere. Even high motors on yes, which checks all those boxes there. So Myles Garrett. I think all these champions are honestly pretty solid, and they're going for around 580 right now, which is actually cheaper than what I thought they'd be. So let's talk about DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf, to me, has a chance to be the best wide receiver in the game. I'll be dropping a gameplay on this card today, as long as I don't run out of time today, which I don't think I will. So do be expecting this DK Metcalf gameplay today. But again, as far as what X Factor I would run, I was hoping you'd be able to stack them. I was hoping you'd be able to stack the abilities. But I would probably go with Route Tech. To me, Route Tech makes the most sense, and I believe it was 3 20-yard catches. So if you're running like a flood concept or something like that, I feel like receivers is going to be the easiest position to activate these X Factors on. So, I mean, DK Metcalf, if you get Route Tech on and you're facing a man-to-man guy, good luck trying to stop that, man, because Route Tech's going to cook. Route Tech's going to go crazy. Even Acrobat, I was hoping it would be one X Factor that would stack, because Acrobat and Route Tech will be super overpowered, but I guess it makes sense. It makes sense, and now thinking about it. But he should get Slot Apprentice. He should. I'm not sure why these are all blacked out and the other ones weren't on the other screen, but he'll get Slot Apprentice. He'll get good abilities. He'll be top tier. So if DK, let me see what DK's price is real quick. Obviously his price is going to fluctuate. I'm recording this 2 minutes after. Yeah, he's 600K, a little bit more expensive. He'll probably settle at like 650, and then he'll probably drop after that. But DK, best wide receiver in the game, 6'3" with the special X Factors. Especially if you're able to get Route Tech consistently, that's going to be a crazy W. Next up, we got Q. We got Quinn Williams. Quinn Williams, I don't know what his traits actually are. I'm going to go check on those traits for Quinn Williams. I mean, I'm still using his core elite card. He's got 2 of 3 traits. Yeah, 92 power moves with 76 speed in the middle. He's going to be just a better Vita Vea. If you like the Vita Vea card, we now have Quinn Williams in this game who's going to be that much better. As far as X factors go, I would probably go with the free inside stuff. I like the free inside stuff, or you could even just run inside stuff stock because he is going to get that. So if you want, if you're willing to spend the AP on a defensive tackle, I like defensive rally a lot, but I would probably go inside stuff 2 AP, and then I would probably run like a pass rush ability. Maybe Fearmonger I would run. Probably not Deflator. Maybe Fearmonger. Oh no, not Fearmonger. That's unstoppable. Probably either Double or Nothing or Fearmonger I would run on Quinn Williams. For the X Factor, if you are willing to run inside stuff for 2 AP. If you don't want to use that 2 AP, I would just run inside stuff normally. But, you know, stacks look good on Quinnen. Across the board, 90 strength. And like I said, his core elite card's still playing pretty well for me. So I would imagine that this card is just going to be that much better with the X Factor and the abilities to back him up. So I do like Quinnen a lot. Next up, we have Kyle Pitts. This card can play receiver. This card can play tight end. Wherever you want to put him there. He's pretty ridiculous. And it's kind of funny that Kyle Pitts is in the Unstoppable promo. I would say he's pretty stoppable. I would say Kyle Pitts is pretty stoppable, but good after the catch. Obviously, it's a Kyle Pitts card. Deep routing, I'm surprised is actually not higher. Only an 84 deep route running, as you can see right there. But, you know, 90 short route running with good mid routing as well at an 88. And for his special X factors and abilities, he gets route tech as well. Acrobat, pretty similar to DK Metcalf. But again, I think route tech is probably the best to go with in a lot of these scenarios. Because again, it's just 3 20-yard plus catches. And if you're running like a flood concept or something like that, or even like you got easy ways to beat cover 3, it's pretty simple. And also, he will get slot apprentice as well, so he can legitimately play wide receiver. So Kyle Pitts, really good card. And obviously, he's 6'6". If you're a believer in tall receivers this year, which some people are, some people aren't, then Kyle Pitts is definitely gonna be that guy for you. And again, you know, DK Metcalf, Kyle Pitts are gonna be more expensive than the other 2 champions like Myles Garrett, Quinn Williams, because they're just receivers and they're pretty dominant. But yeah, I would say, honestly, all these champions are worth it. If they're going for, looks like they might come down to 550, 550 between 600. I would say they're all pretty much worth it. A guy that maybe won't be worth it are these 2 LTDs. Let's check on Derwin James's price right now. Derwin James right now, he's been selling for $700K. He'll get down, he'll come back up, and then he'll probably shoot up once he's out of packs. So if you want to get Derwin James, I probably would buy him as soon as possible, honestly. His price could go down slowly, you know, with people trying to pull Josh Allen. And there is rerolls in this promo as well, so there's a chance you can roll training and pull these cards too. But 89 speed, 89 acceleration, 6'2". And yeah, see these unstoppable X factors. It kind of felt like yesterday you were going to be able to, you know, stack them, but you can't. So as far as what I would run, this one's tough. This one's tough. But I would probably, depending on what I'm playing or what I'm using him in, I would either go unstoppable mid route or unstoppable deep in zone KO. Or universal coverage. If you can get universal coverage to light up and it stays on the rest of the game, this one's too hard. You got to get like 6 hit 6 or something like that. Like 6 hit 6 is not realistic. It's just impossible to do. Like that's crazy. But universal coverage, because keep in mind, once these abilities turn on, they don't turn off the rest of the game. So if you can get it to light up, it's going to be pretty broken. And also his abilities are obviously very good too. His stats are crazy. So I obviously like the Derwin James card a lot. Stats are crazy. Can play free safety, strong safety, has a secondary position. But just a really nice card here for Derwin James. But again, if he's 700K, is he worth it? Probably not. Probably not. And the last guy we have to talk about here today is, of course, Josh Allen. Let me see what that price tag is right now on Josh Allen. And it is 1.3 mil. I'll be dropping a gameplay on this card today. I like Josh Allen's release, and I think this card's going to be a demon. I really do. So 87 speed with 91 throw power. I think even without the unstoppable X factor, he is the best QB in the game statistically. And also he's 6'5", 237. As a runner, 90 trucking, 82 carrying, 88 juke move. He's really good with the ball in his hands, 2 paws, but he really is good throw under pressure. This card's going to be a demon. This card is the best quarterback in the game. Like I said, even without the unstoppable X factor, you incorporate that, I would probably say run Gunslinger. I think Gunslinger is kind of what makes a lot of the quarterbacks play the same in this game. With Gunslinger on a quarterback, all the releases just feel the same to me. So Gunslinger on Josh Allen. If you want to go the Deadeye, go for it. But Gunslinger Josh Allen, and then instead of you giving him the Gunslinger X Factor, I would probably go Hot Route Master. Or you could go Fearless. Running Gun's pretty solid too. And keep in mind, like I said, once it's on, it does not turn off. And, you know, to me, Hot Route Master, if you're running like RPOs and stuff like that, it's only a couple 6 5-yard passes is pretty easy. It does have to be consecutive, which is a little bit tough. If you're mixing in the run well, you know, it could be pretty viable. So Hot Round Master with Gunslinger is probably gonna be my setup for Josh Allen if I take a guess. But like I said, even without the unstoppable X factor, Josh Allen to me is the best QB in this game right now. But yeah, is he worth it for 1.3, 1.4? I'm not buying this card personally. I'm gonna buy him and use him, but I'm selling him right back because with Most Feared coming up and them kind of turning this dial on the content, I feel like Most Feared could be crazy. Will they get the unstoppable X factor? No, but to me, it's just 1.4, 1.5, and once he's out of packs, his price is only gonna spike. So yeah, Josh Allen, if you want to hold him as an investment, if you got a lot of coins like 6 million, you're willing to tie up a 1.3 in an investment, sure. But to me, it's just too scary to hold on to something like that when a quarterback can come out tomorrow and people think he's better, and then his price tanks and you lose 700K or 500K. That could easily happen. So yeah, great drop from EA Sports, probably the best drop of the year. Definitely since Campus Heroes. I think Campus Heroes will end up looking back being better because it was good for like a month. Who knows how long these cards will last, but a really good drop, a lot of good names. This is what we've been waiting for. Is it an excuse for what they've done the last month? No, but it does make this promo seem a lot better, just because of how bad content's been this year. But a really good drop. I love the creative new ideas. I'm excited to use them. I'm excited to use these cards in game, but a really good promo. I would say, like I said, all the champions are worth it. The 2 LTDs I probably wouldn't touch and use and keep for a long time. If you want to try them out, go for it, I guess. But the champions I think are worth it. I think are. And even a guy like Kirk Cousins worth trying out for that Hot Round Master. If you can get that to light up, that'd be a crazy W. But yeah, W promo. Let me know who you're picking up from today's promo. And as always, I will see you boys in the next one.